the bathroom right now. If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station, and you'll be using the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? All right. Deal with this officer for me right here. All right.
Damn, what? Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done. Period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore or not?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank.
When news surfaced that Gervonta Tank Davis's fight with Jake Paul had been officially canceled, the entire boxing world froze. This wasn't a routine delay or a simple contract hiccup, it was serious. Days before the bout, a civil lawsuit was filed against Davis accusing the lightweight champion of domestic violence, kidnapping, and assault. Within hours, Jake Paul's team and Netflix shut everything down. The matchup had been promoted as one of the biggest crossover events of the decade of boxing's bad boy versus YouTube's self-made star. But now everything has spiraled into chaos. As things stand, it appears Tank may have risked his entire career. This is what unfolded, what the allegations imply, and whether this could truly mark the end for Gervonta Davis.
Didn't want to put out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money you got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in the gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making $500,000 in interest. He not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
He was done for, and it began just 2 weeks before fight night. Gervonta Davis was deep into training camp for what was meant to be a record-setting Netflix showdown, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis in Miami. Then the lawsuit dropped, according to filings in Miami-Dade court. Davis's ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell, accused him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. She alleged that Davis attacked her at her workplace, a Miami club, and claimed it wasn't the first time. The suit states there were at least 4 earlier incidents in which Tank allegedly assaulted and choked her. Russell is now seeking both compensatory and punitive damages and says she is receiving treatment for PTSD following the alleged abuse.
Jeopardy, there's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacement.
That was all it took to set off alarm bells in Jake Paul's camp. Most Valuable Promotions, Jake's company, released a statement the next day saying they were reviewing the situation, but behind the scenes, their decision came quickly. Within 48 hours, they shut the event down entirely. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. The statement said. In other words, they moved on from Tank immediately. If this had been Davis's first legal controversy, fans might have been willing to hold off judgment, but it wasn't. In recent years, Gervonta Davis's issues outside the ring have nearly overshadowed the dominance he's shown inside it.
Champion boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations.
In 2020, he was arrested on domestic violence charges after a viral video showed him grabbing the mother of his child by the neck during a charity event. In 2022, he was arrested again on similar allegations, though that case was later dismissed.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And in 2023, he was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation for a hit and run that injured 4 people in Baltimore. That incident alone had fans wondering if Tank was losing control. He even ended up spending part of that sentence in jail after violating the terms of his house arrest.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your... That's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Now, in 2025, this new lawsuit paints an even darker picture, one that threatens to wipe out whatever remained of his reputation. Once the lawsuit became public, everything shifted instantly. Jake Paul's promoter, Nikisa Bidarian, issued a firm statement declaring that MVP unequivocally condemns any form of violence and would be cutting ties with Davis entirely.
That they were officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikisa Bidarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Kaseya Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
Sponsors began quietly backing away as well. Netflix pulled the promotional teasers it had already produced. And Showtime, which had partnered with Tank in the past, went completely silent.
They pulled up to Tootsie's and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
The November 14th Miami card, meant to be Netflix's next major event after Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, has now been completely canceled. Tank didn't just miss out on a fight. He lost a fortune. The purse for the event was reportedly valued at over $20 million, with Tank guaranteed an 8-figure payout. All of that has now disappeared.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish. Now,
while Gervonta Tank Davis's future remains uncertain, Jake Paul's team is already moving forward. Reports indicate MVP is planning a new Netflix event for December, with possible opponents including Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and Francis Ngannou.
Hey, Jake, pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing. Oh, Jake.
Jake's business sense has always been sharp. He knows how to turn controversy into promotion. This time, however, he's keeping his distance. We stand against violence. The show will go on, but not with Gervonta Davis, a Netflix spokesperson said. That statement carries weight when Netflix, one of the world's most influential media companies, publicly distances itself from you. It's not just about your next payday, it's about your reputation.
I was training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some 8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'ma show you and him. Bet.
It's surprising how quickly things unraveled. Just a few months ago, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was being promoted as boxing's next big star. Despite a controversial fight with Lamont Roach, his power, marketability, and ties to Floyd Mayweather made him seem untouchable.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. While my eyes was burning. And you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
He had mainstream appeal, crossover potential, hip-hop connections, celebrity fans, endorsements, and social media buzz. He was the face of boxing's new generation. But this could be the knockout he can't recover from. This isn't about being beaten in the ring, it's about being dropped by an entire industry. Here's what's truly concerning fans and insiders. This isn't just a PR nightmare. It could become a criminal one. While the civil lawsuit may only seek damages, the details could spark criminal charges if prosecutors pursue them. The allegations include aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, serious crimes that could lead to prison if proven. Since the alleged incident occurred in Florida, a state with strict domestic violence laws, Tank's legal team is on high alert. So far, neither his lawyers nor Tank himself have commented. His social media is silent, no training clips, interviews, or statements. For someone who built his brand on aggression, this silence is telling. The boxing world's reaction was immediate and divided.
So the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned.
Some fighters expressed concern, saying Tank needs help, while others, like Ryan Garcia, didn't hold back.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis entered 2025 with a record of 3-0-0-1 and 28 knockouts. He was expected to be the face of the lightweight division, a once-in-a-generation puncher with Mayweather-like explosiveness. But over the years, his toughest opponent has never been another fighter. It's been himself.
We can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just gotta accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
Between courtroom appearances, suspensions, and public controversies, his career has been more stop and go than any champion should be. This time, there might not be a comeback because when you're battling both the legal system and public opinion, winning one fight won't be enough. So, where does Tank go from here? His future now hinges on 3 factors. The outcome of the lawsuit. If it escalates, his license could be suspended indefinitely. Public redemption. He'll need to rebuild trust if he wants to fight again. And promotion politics. Most major promoters avoid fighters under active legal investigation.
Exhibition match with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. What's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
¿Sentís que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul?
Sí, totalmente.
This situation raises a long-standing question in boxing. How much can the sport overlook for talent? From Mike Tyson's arrests to Floyd Mayweather's domestic violence cases, boxing has a history of protecting its money makers. But with streaming platforms like Netflix now involved, the game is changing. Netflix doesn't need Tank Davis, they have Jake Paul, Tyson, and Crawford. They don't need controversy. They need ratings and brand safety. For the first time in Tank's career, there may be no one left to save him.
Really not happy with Tank. First off, don't watch Tank. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You support it, then what you doing? You can't not support and support at the same time, right? So if you're a boxing purist, then this fight with Roach is really more for you. It's going to be more up your alley, you know? If you just like all entertainment, all fights, all hypes, all everything, then you're going to want to tune in to the Tank and Paul show there, you know, because that's all for entertainment. What's it? For entertainment purposes only, right? It's just say like somewhere in the small print of the promotion. For entertainment, don't do this at home, kids. You know, so fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. For entertainment purposes only, you know. So you know, it's money-making purposes only, you know. It is what it is, people.
It's heartbreaking because in the ring, Tank was extraordinary. His speed, timing, and one-punch knockout power reminded fans that boxing still had magic. But outside the ring, he couldn't escape his demons. Now, his career hangs in limbo: suspended fights, legal trouble, and a damaged public image. Regardless of whether the allegations are proven, the impact is already felt.
I don't think Tank cares about what it does for the sport. I think, and I get it, like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, you know, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline, and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope, for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched by someone nearly half his size.
He's lost Netflix, the biggest payday of his life, and possibly his entire career. Gervonta Tank Davis's story isn't over, but it's at a breaking point. The question isn't whether he can fight again, it's whether he can rebuild his reputation. Right now, the boxing world isn't asking when Tank will step back in the ring. They're asking if he should. Has Tank thrown away everything he built, or is there still a chance for redemption? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.